So you have been a trendsetter for Rishikul Vidyalaya and AVT. Can you just brief over the thought process?
It is, I don't think whether it is a trend setter or anything of that sort. Basic idea is that we have to keep on exploring, we have to keep on thinking continuously that what you can do, otherwise you become static, and nobody can survive and thrive if thinking process becomes static. So you have to keep on thinking what are the new things available, what are the new things can be offered, and out of that only, as I mentioned, that we need to create a holistic individual out of the education system. From that angle only, we started this MET Rishikul Vidyalaya, where right from the childhood, right from the because we admit this child at the age of 6 months, in our mother toddler. So right from that time the child is with us for say next 15 years. So that is the beautiful time, that is the correct time where you can actually work with the child and try and give him the overall holistic knowledge. When you are running a postgraduate program, the student comes only for about 2 years with you, and it is too short a time to actually implement this holistic kind of education. They come from different background, their previous education backgrounds are completely different. So it is very difficult. That is why we thought that if we can have a school where right from the childhood we are able to influence the development of that particular student, that particular child, we will be able to achieve what we actually want to achieve. And with that idea in mind we started. Of course it is based on most of our traditional Indian educational system, but we have not closed ourselves to only our traditional educational systems. We have also taken whatever is best from the educational system across the globe. So I would say it is a melting pot. It is a melting pot for the best of the educational practices in the world. It is a melting pot for the best educational practices in the world. So that is how the Rishikul has come in. As far as the mass media, you said, we have lot of, see what happens, we are considered to be one of the best B schools, delivering the best MBA program. So we could have become complacent that we have achieved this and we are considered to be one of few best institutes in the country, but then that was not our purpose. So we started thinking that what is the requirement as the industry is changing. We started, see basically you have different specializations in the traditional MBA program where you have HR, marketing, finance, these are the specializations. We thought that why not now go, these are functional specializations. We thought why not think about sectoral specializations, because there are different sectors who have their typical business environment. You need to mold that every MBA in that typical business environment. So any sector actually after taking a general MBA has to spend about 8 months to 10 months in grooming and training him in that particular sector. So we thought as an educational institution, this is in fact our role which today the industry has to play. So why not get into sectoral specialization? So we started with insurance MBA, where the basic MBA training is given to those students, but the special training of the insurance sector is given. So they are actually MBAs cut out for the insurance sector. Similarly, we thought that mass media is growing in our country. The whole mass media industry, which consists of the advertising world, the entertainment world and the journalism, we thought that why not create a program which is an MBA cut out for the mass media industry, and therefore then we started this mass media program, which is a postgraduate program, which is actually an MBA program cut out for the mass media industry. So that actually to reduce the training period of the industry. So it is a win-win situation actually. The companies also welcome these kind of sectoral specialization courses because their training cost is also saved. As far as setting up the Rishikul Vidyalaya is concerned, I must share with you some of the thoughts which are my personal thoughts, that what is happening today with both the working parents, that whole institution of mentoring by the parents is slowly getting demolished. which was very important institution in the overall development of an individual, because basically an individual, how an individual is built, how an individual is developed right from the childhood. See, there are main three institutions who influence him the most. One is the educational institution, whether it is his school or his college where he goes, and the teachers and the faculty there who influence that particular development of that particular student. The second important institution, parents, that is also very important. Parents mean it includes the whole gamut of grandfather, grandmother, uncle and everybody. Unfortunately, what has happened, our joint family system is demolishing slowly. So, we are now having these nuclear families where only father and mother are there. They are also working parents. In that case, the student get to interact with them hardly for half an hour in whole day. Now, when that mentoring from the parents will happen? It is not possible. Previously, what used to happen? The grandmother, grandfather, uncle, auntie, all these whatever experience they had, they used to pass it on through mentoring with various informal discussion at home. So, indirect, informal mentoring used to happen on that particular student and he used to get developed without knowing actually that this is happening. Now, when we see that it has vanished, now we realize how important it was, mentoring from the joint family. Now, what they are left with the television, the students are only left with the television as the companion, unfortunately. And what are we seeing on television today? Most of the content is, according to me, not worth even seeing for a minute also. Now, that television is giving company to our lakhs and millions of students for hours together. Just imagine what would be the mental, emotional development of that student. In the absence of excellent mentoring from the educational institutions and from home, unfortunately they are left with the television. So, we also, nobody is thinking that whatever content is coming on the television is actually part of those important institutions who influence, because it has a tremendous power to influence the mind of an individual. As a multimedia tool, it has tremendous power to influence. Unfortunately, people involved in that are forgetting that they have a role to play. They are responsible to the society, and therefore they should come out with a content which positively influence the mind of the students to become very important citizens of our country. Unfortunately, that task is not being done. So, that also we are trying to address in our mass media course, where entertainment, journalism, we give lot of stress on ethical part of it, because apart from technical part, ethical part is also equally important. Out of the three main institutions which develop the overall development of a child, apart from the educational institution he goes to and the parents, the third most important institution is our literature, and that literature also influences our mind tremendously, and actually we are made by all these three institutions. What has happened, unfortunately, most of the literature which is available, which is very rich, is available in our local languages. Everybody wants to go and learn, go to the school of English medium. Now, what has happened, I am not against students going to English medium, because language is language. According to me, every child must learn at least 6 languages. So, I am not against any language, but what is they are being deprived of, because they are not learning in local languages. The whole literature available in the local languages is completely not, it is redundant for them. They are unable to access that literature. So, it is not able to influence their mind. So, what is left? Are they reading the English literature? That also they are not reading. So they are deprived of the literature part completely. This needs to be addressed. We have to create situation where this myth that if you learn, if you go to an English medium or convent school, then only you can become successful, I think that is a myth. You will see that most of the people today not successful in India, but all the Indians successful abroad have taken their basic education in the vernacular, their local language. So local language does not become a barrier to become successful in life. If I am successful to whatever extent, let me share with you, I had my formal schooling education in my own local language. I did not have it in English medium. The point is that you need to understand at the end of the day, language is not knowledge. Language, unfortunately, we are trying to equate with knowledge. Language is only a tool, language is only a medium to access knowledge. Unfortunately, we are equating the two, and therefore the whole myth which is depriving our students from these institutions. So I think we need to address this, which in a whatever small way we have tried to address by creating these different institutions at MET.